All right, guys, it's the today, Wednesday. So market has just opened. Okay, so I think today I'm just going to focus. Well, I think the topic, not topic, but I think the main theme today is about the opportunity, right? So my focus every day, I don't trade every day, but every day is to find that one opportunity, not two, not three, just just one. So first things first, let's go to the 5 minutes, and I'm just going to put a line here for 8:30. Now, I haven't done any real uh, pre-market open checks yet, but I can already see. So we are on ES. We are on ES. Um, if we look at the sort of pre-market before the open, we've got this midnight run, and then we've just been trending downwards ever since. Okay. Got this line here for a reason. Don't remember what it was. Okay. So I don't do too much in terms of sort of pre-open checks. I mean, there's three things I look at. A lot of the things I do are very unconscious. So things like things like trend alignment, these are all things I'm just they're in the background. Okay, I'm aware of them, but I'm not checking them. In terms of the day itself, the only things I'm physically doing are yesterday's high, low, mid, the daily bar, and that isn't really a check. That's just a line that I put across the page. And this is so that I have, if I go down to the lower time frames, so you guys know, I operate on the 5 minutes. Uh, I want to have context of where I am, right? I don't want to get lost. The other bits, like I said, is just look at the pre-market. What's the pre-market doing? Is it normal? Has it done anything unusual? Um, so the only thing I did was highlight this 5 minutes fair value gap to see if it'll uh, interact with price. That's it. The market is now open. We are on the 5 minutes, so we have a really strong move. Now these boxes, so you know why I have these colored boxes. These are my session boxes, or you can call them micro sessions. They just make it a bit more easy on my eyes. If I take them away, I'm kind of lost. I don't really know what bit is London, what bit is, pre-New York, etc. Okay, so that's this is a 5 minute, by the way. 5 minutes always in yellow and 1 minute in green. So what we're going to do, of course, is wait for for direction, and we're going to use the first 30 minutes or so of the session. So we'll come back about 10 o'clock, 10:15 ish, once we have a very clean, clear direction. So that can be on the 5 minutes, or it can be on a lower time frame, like 1 minute or 2 minutes. What we need is a very clear swing high and a very clear swing low, right? So we have the direction. I'm fully aware the trend has been down since that midnight run, so that could be a larger um, opportunity in terms of the model. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this right now, I am changing the model name because I just randomly came up with a name, and it's very hard to pronounce. I call it the fib model, and it sounds a bit like a fib. It's Fibonacci, but anyway, I am changing it to a two-step model because it's just easier to pronounce. It's very clear what it means because that's what it is. It's a two-step. So from now on, every time you hear me say fib, I mean the two-step model. Every time you hear me say the two-step model, I mean fib. It's the same thing. I repeat the same thing every single day, and I'm just looking for one opportunity. That's it. I'm either going to make some money or I'm going to lose some money, close down my trade, and move on to the next day. All right, so let's come back at 10, 10 o'clock, 10:15, depending on what price does. All right, I'll see you guys then. So it's almost 10 a.m. and I think you can clearly see, I don't have, you can clearly see that we have zero direction. This is the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute, but um, let's have a look at the second. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so let's have a look at the 5 minutes as well. That green box represents the 30 minutes. That's the first 30 minutes that my eyes are laser focused on direction. There is major news today, so it's a red folder news day, but that's later. That's 4.5, 4-ish hours away from now. So it's not unusual that we just have, this is the 5 minutes, by the way, just sideways movement. That tells me today there's no trade. No trade for me today. So I like to trade the AM session, not the PM session, the AM session. So think of it like a micro session. This is telling me there's nothing to look for here for the AM. That's not to say it wouldn't happen. There is news which potentially will drive the PM session, and maybe the better opportunity is tomorrow. I'll have a look. I'll have a look, but I can't guarantee anything will happen PM. Um, but like I said, the context right now is that we've had this run midnight. We've got this potential um, peaks right here that could be taken out during the news, um, and this might drive prices lower. Again, this is pure speculation, nothing to do with the model. I'm of course not trading, so I'm not particularly speaking about the model. I'm just making general comments and insights right now because there's really nothing there's really nothing happening. There's absolutely nothing happening. So I guess just a quick one talking about the model itself that I use. If you haven't seen the other videos, then this video, let me just summarize some things. So first, I only use one model daily. The model is designed for day trading. I used to call it the fib model. Now I just call it a two-step model because it's a two-step model. First, we find direction one way. We wait for a retracement, and then we do a measured move. So if I do something like this, hopefully that's clear, right? So that's it. That's really the model, and it looks like a two-step. The reason I'm now calling it a two-step is it is two steps. It's just 1, 2. That's it. And this is the measured move of this move. That's all it is. This first move is your direction. That's the first part of the model, of my model. This second move is your retracement into a fair value gap. I use the 5 minute fair value gap, but it can be any fair value gap. But I use the 5 minutes. This fair value gap must overlap with a fib, any fib, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, any fib, as long as it overlaps. So basically, the more confluence you have, the better. It can overlap with a bunch of stuff, but the framework just says it should overlap with a fib. And then all you do is get your entry. So the fib must hold, must hold. If it doesn't hold, it's useless. So if this goes like this, then it's useless, right? Because it's broken your directional base, right? If this goes like that, that's that's useless. What you're looking for is for this leg right here to stop at a 20, 30, 50, 60, or 70. But you want it to stop where there's an overlap, right? And then you just measure the move, and that's it. It's 100%. So the fib, measure the move. So what you have is an X to A is the direction, A to B is your retracement, and then B to C is your move. That's it. That's it. That's it. I use it for day trading, um, and the reason I explain in the videos, previous videos, is I shifted from swing to day trading, and that's because of the prop firms, right? Prop firms require you to close your trade at the end of the day. They have trading stop loss, all of these things. This has meant my day trading has had to evolve from the way it was. The two-step model I still use for swing, but in a larger context. There are other things I do, so I have other models, but this one is the one that I think of it as an operational model, right? Day to day, you just grind, you rinse, you repeat, you do the same things, and I mainly use it for ES, like I said, but I will use it for which is for NQ or for YM, uh, and sometimes gold, in fact, which I've just discovered. But it just depends. So I mainly trade ES, and sometimes I'll swap over. But when I swap over, it's not because of relative strength, which most people would probably do. So I personally, I do it because of clarity. That's all it is. Clarity. If I can see very clearly um, that I'm able to take something out of a two-step from a security, then I will go with that security. But by default, I go with ES. It's only if ES isn't very clear or it's a bit all over the place, I'll have a look at something else and see if that's there. So that's it for today, guys. No trade. We have major news, FOMC. So, but that's like I said, later on at PM. Um, I guess everyone's just going dark until then. Nothing major happening. All right, I'll see you in the next video.